Ever since we were kids, you've been talking about this podcast. I always figured one day you'd get tired of it, but you never did. That's got to mean something.
Okay.
I recognise that. I don't have a clue where it's from though. But
the podcast has thrown me off. I think is it?
Well, obviously that's the bit I've changed.
Is it like siblings talking when they're older?
Not necessarily siblings.
Okay,
Just
Just friends.
Yeah.
This one.
I can't remember what they're talking about.
It's an event
someone
of some sort.
Is someone obsessed with something?
It's an event of some sort. That's not bad.
Or what kind of event, Dom?
I don't know. I would say sporting event, but okay.
Oh, wow. I think Dom knows.
Can you say it again, please?
Ever since we were kids, you've been talking about this podcast. I always figured one day you'd get tired of it, but you never did. That's got to mean something.
Football. Is it football?
Baseball.
Instead of the word this podcast?
No.
Okay.
I can tell you instead of this podcast, it's a place name.
Miami.
No.
I think it might take a while if I just guess random places.
Yeah, but at least you're in
America.
Yeah.
Is it a sports film then?
Yes.
Very much so. Okay.
All right.
Is it
checking?
American football?
It is American football.
The Replacements?
No.
No. Okay.
Remember the Titans?
No.
All right. Jerry Maguire?
No.
Any Given Sunday?
No.
It's going to take a while.
Do you want a year?
Yeah, go on then, yeah.
That probably might help a little bit. 1993.
I can only think of Ace Ventura now. That might be a bit early for Ace Ventura. Just a bit, though.
American. I don't know. I can't think of American football films.
Little Giants.
No.
So it happened when they were little, and then
They're bigger now.
they're bigger now, yeah. Are they or not? You kind of cringed. I'm
Wouldn't
not
use
sure
the
what
word
was.
big with this person. That's perhaps part of the storyline.
Danny DeVito.
No, but that's...
It's a little person playing American football, okay.
Is it Rudy?
It's Rudy, yeah. So you get the reference point. Yeah, it is Rudy. That wasn't Sean Astin. That was his mate talking to him, encouraging him. But it was Notre Dame that they were talking about.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, okay. I didn't want to put an accent on it, but there you go. Ever since we were kids, you've been talking about Notre Dame, as Matthew put it. I always figured one day you'd get tired of it, but you never did. That's got to mean something.
Right.
So well done. That wasn't as long as some of the ones we've
I
had.
have no idea what that film is.
You don't know the film?
Never heard of
Do you know who Sean Astin is?
Yes, from he's Lord of the Rings. That one.
Yeah,
right.
that
was
one.
my reference.
Which one?
Samwise.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes to play American football, and he's not very good, but he's got heart.
Yeah.
He's still rubbish though.
Well, sort of.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it.
No.
Is he a quarterback or is
Is
he?
it a true story?
It's based on a true story, I think.
No, he's not a quarterback.
No.
Absolutely not. He's not really in anything. He just loves the
okay.
sport. Not very good. Tries hard.
Team player.
I was going to say, is he special needs? It's not one of those films.
No.
No, he's not. Although
he's not impaired in any way. He's
No,
just
he's
not
not.
physically elite, I would say.
he's quite small and not a sportsman, really. Although he does train.
Well, you could say he's a sportsman, Matthew. He's just not as good as he wants to be.
Does he get to Notre Dame on a sports scholarship or something?
I can't remember the entirety of the film off the top of my head.
Okay, I can literally just remember the last scene that's freeze framed. That's the only bit of the film I can remember.
Yeah, they're all celebrating.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we move on to, obviously, the reason why everyone's here is to listen to our lists. I gave Matthew a task of, I've decided to call this little feature Social Media Matt.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But what I realised is, now he's settled into the job for a couple of weeks. I think it's 2 weeks that you've been given. We haven't set you any targets. And so Dominic and I are going to do a little performance management task.
Oh, this is going to be fun for the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
And me.
So what I thought we'd just sort of work out is, first of all, Matthew's, I was going to say credentials there, but there's nothing to do with that. Matthew's picked it up because he's willing to.
Yeah.
What do we want to task him with over the next 2 weeks? We do it every 2 weeks. Do we want to talk about followers, interactions, number of posts, things that are manageable?
Views, things like
Let's
that,
think of smart targets over here.
I think followers is the easiest target, isn't it?
Well,
as in like the easiest measure. Oh no, I suppose.
But you might just want a really engaged following, Dominic. You see, so it depends. So maybe we'll give the first task. What would Matthew like to be assessed on?
I think to initially start, it's just quantity of things going out there because I'm trying to work out a nice
number of posts.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, a couple of posts.
So number of posts is what? Okay,
yeah.
I'm writing this down so that I don't forget because
I'm going to try and do a few more reels. That's my aim for the next fortnight.
This is good. This is all quantifiable.
Yeah, there you go. That'll do for the moment.
Okay, so
fortnightly review.
Fortnightly review.
Fortnightly, yeah.
Social media Matt fortnightly review.
Right.
So do we need to compare? Like I can tell you some stats, or are we just
no, not yet.
No? Not comparing it. No, just
I would like everyone that's listening to come along online and say hi, so that there's been something that I've done.
So you might want to chuck out like a handle at this point, Matthew.
At Top 5 Films that.
Very nice.
On Instagram. We are on Facebook, right? Yep.
We are. Yeah.
Yep. And I don't think I have access to the YouTube yet, do I? We're on there somewhere.
It just auto updates. It's like a
fine.
podcast. Yeah.
We're on TikTok.
Insta's the one that I'm going to be focusing on.
We are on TikTok as well, yeah.
Okay,
but I'd have to give Matthew the logins for that. But yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
And then he can just share it to the world.
Nice.
Lucky everyone.
I know. Perfect. Right. Okay. Well, there's your task then.
Done.
We'll set a benchmark of number of posts, number of reels in 2 weeks' time. What I also thought is I've been looking at the stats again.
Oh, good.
I thought it'd be nice for us to try and help you a little bit, Matthew, getting people to engage with us. If we start naming people that have started listening to us, so when a new country or something comes about, we still have never heard from.
Not Dan from Delaware.
Well, no, from the real Dan from Delaware. But I like the idea.
They don't know his name's Dan.
Yeah, well, I know, but I thought alliteration is best. Right. So this week we've had a new listener in Bangladesh. My ideas are Bob or Barbara from Bangladesh, but if anyone would like to throw any other names out there that we can go for.
I quite like Bob.
It could be Barbara though.
Bobby. So then it's not gendered.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. Well done.
How are you spelling that?
With an I. B-O-B-B-I.
B-O-B-B-I. No E?
No E.
Oh, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Bobby from Bangladesh, if you're listening, if your name's not Bobby, can you get in touch?
Yeah, let us know what your
I've got one more
is.
for you. One more for you.
Yeah.
Because we've definitely got a keen listener in, and I can't work this one out, Ukraine.
Oh.
I thought we'd already had.
I don't know.
Someone from.
No, we have, but I can tell that there is a select few people in Ukraine listening.
Oh, hello in Ukraine.
But I was like, Yuri?
Yuri. Yeah.
Yuri.
Is that also
I don't know.
the ability to go?
I don't know. Potentially.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Let's go Yuri. Yeah.
Okay, so far, if you are Bobby from Bangladesh,
Hi Bobby,
or anyone from Bangladesh, basically, or a Yuri in Ukraine,
hi Yuri,
hi,
or still the real Dan from Delaware, because Dan not from Delaware is not from Delaware.
No,
but we love Dan not from Delaware.
Yeah. Hi Dan.
Would you get in touch with us at Top 5 Films?
Hi, come say hi.
There we go. Look at that. I've added 2 new features in this week. Social media Matt's targets.
There you go.
Right.
And I haven't come up with a name with this one, but it surely should have alliteration in the title as well.
You work on it.
Yeah, I'll work on that. Working title, I'll put working title. Okay.
Nice.
Right, so let's move on to the actual reason why we started a podcast and why people hopefully are here to continue to listen to us.
Or still here.
Yeah,
go on.
Yeah.
This is podcast or episode number 36. We picked the number 82, which is Top 5 Films That Breaks the Fourth Wall at Any Point.
I always have that moment where I panic that I've not done the right one until you say it.
Do you know what, Dominic? If anyone was not going to do the right one, I think we'd all agree it was you. And when that happens, I don't know whether I want you to just fly by and tell us at the end.
Yeah, I think you should.
I would.
Just make it up as you go.
I'll just use what I've got as my top 5 and just make it work somehow.
Nice.
Or you just say, I've got that one as well. That's my number 5.
And that's
got the same
number
top 5 as
4,
everyone
yeah.
else's.
Yeah. I've got this. It's amazing. I've got the top 5 that you've got.
You guys go first. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure he'd slip up at some point, but there we go. So in terms of main challenge, how did we find this? How have you come to your solution? Was it easy? Was it hard? All these sorts of regular questions.
I did have to look. I couldn't initially think of many off the top of my head. So I obviously went out and had a look, and then I've ranked them pretty much just based on the ones I'd watch again most that just do it. It's not how often they break the fourth wall or anything like that. It's just if it happens at all at any point in that film, and then the order I would watch them in.
So it wasn't a natural list for you, is what you're saying. You had to go out and do some research.
I had a couple, but
I don't
then
know
I was
if I
like,
believe
feel
this, but yeah, okay.
I do that every week. What are you talking about?
Some people would question that.
Why? I've got a top 5 every week. But
But is it the relevant one or correct?
Yeah. No, I think yeah. So I went out and had a look, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot that some had done so. So yeah, I couldn't think of many straight off the top of my head. But you said last week, Matthew, had about 10 or 13.
I
or
did.
something.
So I had loads initially, and I actually spent 48 hours just thinking of any time in a film that I could remember someone breaking the fourth wall. And I did think, what counts as breaking the fourth wall?
Hold on. Can we get back to the...
Yeah.
I spent 48 hours. That's a very
It was quite
precise...
specific.
2 days.
Yeah, that's right.
And then that's it. If you weren't on the list, you were done.
No, so I spent 2
Right,
days because then I
okay.
had other stuff to do, and I went away and came back to it later.
Right. So
I,
it didn't take 2 days.
No, because
You make it sound like this is your only job and that you went away for 2 days solidly, locked yourself in a room.
those 2 days, I came up with the list, and then about a week later, I came back to the list, and I was like, right, I haven't thought of any others. None of others have popped into my head. So I've gone with the list I got because there was plenty there.
So you didn't do any additional...
Hold on, I hate to do this to you, Matthew. But so you spent a week, but you just didn't have any in.
I didn't
after
add
2 days.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said.
So it was a week.
You had a
then.
hard think for 2 days and then nothing. Okay.
That's right.
So how many's in your list then?
On this list,
That you had to choose from?
25 or 30.
And is that
okay.
is that a conclusive list, or you haven't added some, or
I added one yesterday that I haven't used.
okay?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And you, Jem?
Yeah, weirdly, I had some that came to mind quite quickly. Sort of went away and did some proper research. And what?
Is that a dig?
No.
I don't know. Why does people think I don't research?
I wasn't necessarily thinking it was a dig at you either.
Yeah, it was.
If you want to tell Dominic why you don't think he's doing research, please get in touch with us.
I'd like to know now. I'd like to know why you think I'm not.
You've made quite a few mistakes.
Name more than one.
Jurassic Park.
That's
Last
different.
week.
That's about whether someone's trousers are up or down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
No,
rewatch all the films.
Can we
before I go.
classify? He was wearing shorts.
Shorts, sorry,
so
yeah,
you're
sorry,
still
yeah.
wrong.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
We're talking about a clip from the movie, right? Not just like a random occurrence of while you're watching
Jurassic
Park.
Pork. Yeah.
But I don't think I don't think you
downloaded
can think
the
of
wrong
many more.
film.
I don't think there are many more.
Okay, I'll drop that
Thank you. Yeah.
so that we get through this quicker. Yeah, I had something that came into my head, did some research, extended my list, but I think I've settled on the ones that first came to my mind because they stick. I think in terms of order, I've tried to order in films that I would watch again, number one being the one that I'd watch again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Yeah.
I think
So-
I've gone in that order. Yeah, just about in that order, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get straight into it then.
Good. Who wants to go first?
I went first last week, I think.
So
Okay.
it's not
Last
you.
time.
Oh, I can go first.
Oh,
Go on,
okay,
go for it,
okay,
go,
yeah.
go.
Right, let's start this off. 1998.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, that's a question. Do you think we're going to have duplications?
Yes,
Some, yes.
I think
think so.
possibly.
I think so. But
There
there
are
we go.
some films that come to mind quite quickly. That's why. Okay, so 1998,
Nope.
No.
15, 1 hour, 59 minutes.
Okay.
7.1 on IMDb.
Not told us very much there.
No, keep going.
Comedy romance
Nice.
from 1998.
Okay. 15.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy romance 1598. Okay.
The person, because there is only one person who breaks the fourth wall in this film,
Constantly.
regularly throughout the film,
Okay, I think
is called Jonathan. Right, now, you wouldn't actually know that from watching the film.
What, his character's name is Jonathan, or the actor is Jonathan?
Well, the character and the actor is called Jonathan. I don't think you'd know it from watching the film. So,
Dominic thought he had it, and he now clearly doesn't think.
No, I
that's the
don't think I
case.
do. No.
I've got... We've mentioned this film reasonably recently.
Oh.
I'd say in the last... I don't know, maybe one of the last 10 podcasts, someone else has had this on their list.
Oh, okay.
If I give you some keywords, because I'm not going to give, I think anything else will probably give it away.
Yeah, we do want to get there though eventually.
Headphones. Dog.
Oh, I know.
Do you know?
Yeah. He's doing the random word thing again, by the way. He keeps bringing this in and out.
Every now and then I throw it in. I quite like it.
Headphones and dog.
Crutches.
Jonathan.
And zipper.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What film do you think it is?
I think it's something about Mary.
It is something about Mary. The character, or basically it's the singer. The singer of the band sings to the audience to tell us what is going on in the movie.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So it's the band. He's interjecting and updating us to keep the story moving along, basically to sort of to fill some of those gaps. And so that to me is definitely a fourth wall break.
Okay, it's not just coincidental that we're passing past as he's singing.
No, because he looks at the camera as well.
No, yeah, you're right.
He does
I know
look
you are.
at
I'm
the
just
camera.
trying to antagonise a little bit.
So there's something about Mary which, because you mentioned it, it was quite fresh in my mind. But when researching and having a look, and like looking up the film and stuff about it, I'd forgotten Lee Evans is in that film.
Oh, no, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, he's quite a big part.
Yeah.
Yes, I know he's a big part, but I'd sort of
Pizza
forgotten.
delivery guy.
Well, yes.
He is.
He's not actually, though, is he?
No,
Yes,
he
is
actually is.
He actually is.
He's not. What?
He's not a
there we go,
doctor
yeah, sorry,
or whatever it is.
The other way around.
Yeah. So yeah, and he's the one he's on crutches in the as a I don't know what his job is, what his pretend job is.
No, I can't remember off the top of my head. I would have done some research if I was going to bring that up. Though. See, Dom, I can do it both ways.
So yeah, it's number 5 on my list because I do think that I would rewatch it, but I also am concerned that it wouldn't stand up to what is now 27 years since it was released.
I think it's
with
okay.
Some of its comedy.
No, I think you'll be all right because it's what it means to you,
Yes.
if that makes sense. If you watched it fresh now, maybe not. But
Agreed.
it has a reference point for you.
Or
I
someone a
think
bit
you'll be
younger
okay.
watched it. I'm not sure they would appreciate it. No.
I don't know. There'd
For
still
what
be
it is,
elements,
for what
I
it
think.
is, yeah.
I think there'd
It's
still be elements of
Quite
funniness.
gross out. I mean, it's got some gross out, obviously, as
The
we've
zipper
discussed.
No matter who watches it will feel the pain
I mean,
on
that's
that one. So,
your first 20 minutes, isn't it? The zipper. So
yeah.
he sort of sets you up for what you expect.
No, you're right.
Frank and beans.
Freaking beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
my number 5. There's something about Mary.
Okay.
Must be Jeremy next then.
Must be Jeremy next.
I
yeah.
think so. My number 5 is 1994 PG 1 hour 41, 6.9 out of 10.
1 hour 41. 1994.
1994.
Oh, got nothing.
No,
keep going.
not,
Keep going.
Not
Keep
yet.
going.
Don't have that myself.
Okay. Comedy fantasy.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I got an idea.
You got an idea?
I have, but I don't know if the idea I've got is the fourth wall break in the film I'm thinking of is very, very subtle and sudden.
I wouldn't say this was subtle.
Okay, fine. It's not what I'm thinking then.
Go on. Keep going then.
So do you want to know
Comedy
about
fantasy, you said?
when the fourth wall gets broken?
Yeah, tell us
go
about
for
the
it,
fourth
yeah.
wall break if you can.
So at this point in the film, there is a mob, I would suggest,
Yeah.
that come in and start shooting at the main person.
Like with space guns.
No,
if
with
it's
guns.
fantasy. Proper guns.
What's the yeah? I want to know what the fancy element is. Yeah.
Well, the
A
fancy
mob.
just could be it's like they've come from a dream somewhere or something like that.
No.
1994.
It is definitely fantasy.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
There are arguments for it being broken elsewhere, but this is the bit that I remember. This person dodges the mob shooting at himself. Very good.
Is he wearing a bright colour?
Yes.
Okay, I think.
And basically gets shot after doing lots of dodging in comical style. Gets shot, and
does he receive an Oscar?
For some reason, he pretends he's in a western at this point, and
it got me. Does he say something like that?
Something like that, and he stumbles over to the person that shot him, and he, over dramatizes the whole event.
Do you know what it is, Dom?
No, I've no idea.
And then we see a hand pop from the side of the screen to give him an Oscar, and there is the worst CGI these days ever of a crowd standing up,
that's right.
and he receives the Oscar for his dramatisation.
Tell me what it is. Oh, go on.
I believe it has a character in it called Loki, but not the one you're thinking of.
Oh, you might be right. I haven't got that on my list, but
Go on then. I don't know what it's called, Matt.
I believe it is The Mask.
It is. It's The Mask.
Okay, fine.
And it is Jim Carrey as the Mask at that point. He does a couple of. I think he keeps changing as well. I think he dresses as Elvis to dodge the bullets at one point.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Fine.
And goes,
this is when he's dancing with Cameron Diaz? Or
he is in the bar or
club.
Yeah, the club. And they come in and he says, "Shoot him, shoot him!" And the whole time through, the mob boss is like, "Oh my god, here we go."
Doesn't he? Does he break the fourth wall quite a few times in that film?
Or
sort of. It's almost like he's obviously a cartoon character, so he's sort of breaking the fourth wall in the same way that Bugs Bunny would. It's almost as though he's breaking the fourth wall to no one.
Well, agreed. He also does things that clearly aren't in the real world, and there's nods to other things, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
That's breaking it as well. But the overacting on a fake death scene, in particular, stuck in my head from an early moment. I believe that's why it's my number 5.
It's very good. I like that.
God, I haven't watched that in such a long time. I can't remember.
I think the mask is from the god Loki, the god of mischief.
Okay. Weirdly, when I watched that scene to make sure it's as I remembered it, the makeup's not as good as I remember.
Does it look like big plasticine all over his face?
That big green.
and then there's just bits of like his mouth is just like they face paint it up to a point, and then it's just his normal mouth. Whereas I thought it was more than that, but there we go.
I still think it is. Though you said that, I wouldn't.
That's probably what I thought it was.
I think they just like added cheekbones, if that makes sense, and like a head shape.
Yeah, big teeth, right?
Almost like
teeth.
Almost like Crichton out of Red Dwarf. If that makes sense.
They painted Crichton green.
Yeah, that sort of look.
Yeah,
but there we go.
That does make sense. Yeah.
So Dominic, over to your number 5.
Okay, so my number 5, 2013. Is this one?
I don't think I have a 2013.
That sounds quite new for me. So yeah,
keep going.
3 hours on the nose. This one.
Okay.
Oh, that's a long one.
8.2 out of 10.
Oh, I could have a guess.
Go for it. I might as well.
Would it count as crime?
Part of it.
My
biography.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Comedy.
It's based on a book.
Don't think it's. Well, hang on.
I'm pretty sure it's based on a book. Yeah. I think DiCaprio.
Yeah. I didn't know it was based on a book. I thought it was based on a true.
Well, it is, but that comes from the book that the guy wrote.
DiCaprio?
Yeah.
He constantly does it, Dominic.
He does, you're right. Throughout the whole thing.
Is it like he's telling a story then?
He does tell a story as also, and then at parts he obviously does look direct into the camera.
He kind of interjects and tells people what's going on at regular points.
He kind of takes himself away from it and walks.
Is this the Wolf of Wall Street?
It is Wolf of Wall Street, yes, absolutely.
Nice.
God, that was good.
That was good.
For
That's
you.
it, yeah. I thought that.
Is that because that came up on your list? That's right.
It's one of the films that I did also think of. Yeah.
So I didn't really. I didn't realise it actually came from a book. Obviously, I thought it was obviously based on a biography of.
Yeah. So the guy who started
Jordan Belfort.
He started the penny sales, the share sales.
Yeah.
He wrote a book about it, and they picked it up and turned it into a film.
Well, there you go. That film has a Guinness World Record for the most instances of profanity in a film.
Oh, does it?
I couldn't find the number because there are multiple numbers, so I didn't put one down.
Are you sure it's not been beaten since 2013?
Don't think so. It's still one of the...
How many times have you seen that film?
Just once, because it's quite long.
Yes.
And that's why it's my number
I can
5.
beat that. I reckon I've seen that 3
really?
more times.
I
not
saw it
something-
once.
yeah.
I've seen it once.
Me too. So I had to kind of remind myself.
The bit I
bits,
remember
but-
the most is the Quaaludes, where he drives the car home after being on a night out and thinks it's fine.
Yeah.
That's the bit that I
Just
remember
the
the
office
most.
party is obviously one of the big scenes, but
Yes.
yeah, it's just constant, isn't it? I just like it from start to finish. Obviously,
Well,
sharing the story.
he's
yeah.
narrating his own story,
He
isn't
does,
he?
yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
to give you a bit more context in terms of what's going on.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's more like side notes that he kind
Mm.
of adds in terms of breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, you know what's going on, but he's telling you what he's thinking at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
film. I like it. What'd you get as a rating?
8.2.
8.2. I wouldn't have said that high.
That is high.
No, I think it's quite high, but it's what I'd watch it again, but that's why it's my number 5 rather than.
I think the only thing that puts me off is the length of it.
Yeah, it is quite long.
I'm not sure I thought it was that long though.
No, I don't remember it being 3 hours, but then
But knowing that it is, it's one of those things I'm like, I need to commit to it.
Yeah, it's a 2-nighter.
it's a two-nighter.
it's
That
a
is
two-nighter.
definitely a
Do I
two-nighter.
want to watch? Yeah, I would have watched something else rather than that. That's
Could
what
you
I'm
watch
thinking.
2 new films
Yeah.
of an hour and a half?
Yeah,
exactly,
that's
yeah.
the argument, isn't it?
Jonah Hill's character is fantastic as well.
Yeah, with his teeth.
With his teeth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten he was in that. Who else
How
is
can
in
you
that movie?
forget he's in
Matthew-
that?
I've only watched it once.
To be fair, it's just got Margot
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie,
his
yeah.
wife, and then you've got Matthew
yes.
McConaughey.
Yes. No, now I'm
Mm.
remembering.
He has Mark Hanna, and then you've got Carl Chandler as the agent who's after him from the. Can't remember the FBI or not actually.
Yeah, I think it is.
FBI, yeah.
Right. Is he, because he defrauds, he commits fraud or embezzlement or something, is that right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
theoretically
essentially, yeah.
fraud. Yeah.
Okay, theoretically fraud. Okay.
So he's fraudulently selling them, and then essentially just making
okay.
them think that the stock prices are rising for those particular pennies,
Right.
and then while
It's-
doing so, he's just
I
selling. He
suppose
sells
it's
it back.
misleading financial advice
Yeah.
is
Right.
probably what it gets classified as.
So sort of
So you
not a loophole, but a loophole that people are aware of that you're not supposed to deal with, and he's cheating it.
I think they probably brought in regulation at some point,
Right.
and he wasn't adhering to it.
Okay.
It was like
Yeah.
a boys' club, wasn't it? At that point,
Yeah.
Just all investors pretty much just defrauding them into investing into fake stock essentially. Well, they're not fake, but they're penny stocks. Making them think they're differently.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
mis-selling. But there you go. That's my number 5.
Matthew, over to your number 4.
My number 4 is a 1997 film.
1997.
I
No?
don't know. I have to keep looking.
It is.
No.
It is an 18.
Oh, okay.
It is 2 hours 24 minutes.
Okay.
And is a 7.5 on IMDb.
Okay.
The fourth wall is broken.
Have you given genres?
Nope, not yet.
come on.
No, I'll give you John's in a minute. But the
This is
fourth,
number 4.
the fourth
Yeah, come
wall is
on.
broken once, just at the end of the film.
Oh, hold on.
Not a post-credit scene.
Right, can I just add, I never talked about that, but I discounted anything that
I
wasn't
have
in
as
the
well.
main bulk of the
Yeah,
film.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Oh,
post-credits.
that's good.
Not part of the movie, but this is part of the movie. In fact, the fourth wall is broken almost as the last line of the movie.
Oh,
I
it
think.
makes me confused. What? But hang on.
I thought of a film that Dominic might pick that did that.
Well, I've got.
It's Joe. Okay, well that's probably coming up. But that's
Do you
why
want-
I'm
Can we
asking
have
the question.
genres then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drama, fantasy, mystery, thriller.
Oh no, I'm not sure that's the one I
And
would.
what year? 98.
1997.
7. I don't know if that year's going to help me or not, but go on, a bit more.
Do you want some character names for this
Yeah.
one?
Is it going to help us?
Don't know. Kevin Lomax,
Ooh, hold on.
Lomax. Carry on.
John Milton.
Are these the main characters?
Yeah, and Mary Ann Lomax.
Lomax.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Lomax, that rings a bell.
I'll even tell you the line where the where the wall is broken.
Okey-doke.
So one of those characters, John Milton, I'll tell you which one. John Milton
Yep.
turns to the camera and says, "Vanity, definitely my favourite sin."
That's not going to help.
I know Dom's seen this. I'm not 100% sure if you have, Jem.
Okay, that
Big.
name rings though.
What are the genres again? Sorry, something fantasy? What?
Drama, fantasy, mystery, thriller.
97.
Mm.
Go on, I got to give it more. Like kind of what something that happens, or
I'll give you some people that are in it if you want.
actual actors.
Yep, Mary Ann Lomax is Charlize Theron. She is the wife of Kevin Lomax.
See, this is ringing.
And
Who's Kevin Lomax?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
And John Milton, and the name is an allusion to Paradise Lost, written by Milton, is played by Al Pacino.
Oh, yes. It's a great film. It's about Devil's Advocate.
It is the Devil's Advocate. Very good. Have you seen that,
Do you know
Jeremy?
Such a good
It's one of
film.
these
It is
films
a good
that I'm
film.
pretty sure I have weirdly.
That'll probably mess with your head a bit, that film.
It would a little bit.
Because they do.
No,
they
I
do
understand what
different
you mean. Yeah.
Alternative realities
I
and
must
stuff
have
like that.
seen it then, but it's not one that I would instantly think of or go back to.
Keanu Reeves is a successful Florida lawyer,
Yeah.
and he gets taken by John Milton, who
Who-
seems dodgy.
Protege. Yeah,
but
yeah,
not,
yeah, yeah.
and- yeah.
I do. Yeah, I definitely have seen it.
And then
Yeah,
his
it
wife
takes him down the
starts
wrong
going a
path,
bit
doesn't it?
crazy and starts seeing
His wife's not happy. Yeah.
haunting visions. Yeah. Yeah. So right at the very end, he turns to the camera and says, "Vanity,
Do you not remember that bit? But then, yeah.
definitely my favourite sin."
Oh, great. Good choice.
That is.
What
yeah.
rating did that get?
There's an 8.
7.1?
It's 7.5. It's a great film. I have
It's a
not
very
watched that.
small
It is.
break, isn't it?
It is a
Yeah.
very small break, but
Okay.
it's quite an important one as well.
That's right. I didn't. Yeah. I'd rewatch that.
Yeah, I would as well. As soon as I thought of that one, I was like, "Oh,
How long is it?
Watch that film. It's 2 hours 24. It's a reasonable
It's an
chunky one.
investment.
It is.
It's a
It's
chunky
for
one.
us at this point of our lives. Yeah.
Anything less than 2 hours, you sort of like, oh, maybe I'll watch that. 2 hours 24.
No, it's
24
cutting it fine.
minutes.
Yeah,
24 minutes.
That might go
If I
over 2
start that
days.
at 8 o'clock, I don't get up there until yeah.
Well, plus breaks for cups of tea, you know. Anyway,
Oh wow, there we go. There's
so The
your number
Devil's
4.
Advocate, my number 4.
I'm very impressed with that one. I completely forgot about that film, and I didn't realise that happened. So that's good. Yeah.
My number 4.
Yes,
Go on,
Jeremy.
1974.
Definitely not.
Oh, my days. No,
No,
I
I got that on
this
my
one.
list.
15. 1 hour 33.
Oh, short.
Oh, seems like something I might want to watch.
7.7 out of 10. You've both seen it.
Wow, that's quite high. Got them.
1974.
Correct.
It's obviously a comedy at that
It
range.
is. I'm not going to give you the second genre because I think it's too obvious.
Oh, I think I know now.
Is it? Go on. What is this?
What I would say is the director is famous for
Yes.
breaking the fourth wall.
Okay, I know what this film is, so you keep going.
I
with
could
it.
have picked any of this director's.
I've definitely seen it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
You've definitely seen it.
Okay.
We would have watched this as, I want to say kids, but
I
not.
want to say, kids that shouldn't have probably watched it, to be perfectly honest.
Why is it? What's it makes it a 15?
Language.
yeah. Content, I would say.
Yeah, it would have a big advisory thing at the front of the film
Definitely.
these days.
Yeah.
Sexual, or is it?
No.
You say these days, even back then it was
Yeah.
risque.
Yes, it was.
If you know, it, you might as well just say math.
So
Do you know when they, which one would you say, because there are multiple times when they break the fourth wall, Matthew? That might give it to Dominic.
So I think one of the bits that really breaks the fourth wall is with Dom DeLuise.
Yes, that is exactly the point that I would have gone to. Hold on. Dominic, what if I said,
Go on.
throw out your hands, stick out your tush?
Give him a push.
What's his name? That's not. There's not Gene.
Yeah.
Is it Gene Wilder?
Gene Wilder,
yeah.
very good.
I can't remember this film. Is it? What is it? Blazing
Blazing
Saddles?
Saddles, yeah.
Saddles.
If I'd have
I
given
do
you
remember
Western,
that.
if I'd have given you
Yes.
Western, so obviously towards the end they break it many times because
They literally break it. They
they
get
go
through the edge of the
go from
set.
one, yeah they go from one set to the other, and even at the end they walk out of the filming lot
They do.
to leave basically.
Oh, Mum loves this film.
Yeah, but
That's the only thing,
so
yeah.
the characters step out the wall. There's the studio scene, as you say, with Dom DeLuise, where they're doing like a high society sort of
Yes.
number, and then he comes in and I think he says, I'm going to punch you or something. He says, not in the face. And then he gives him one in the stomach, that sort of thing. And they're basically having a brawl and they go across many of the studio lot.
There must be many occasions in that film as well where the characters look directly at the
Mel
camera.
Brooks would definitely look at the camera at some point.
Well, he was cross-eyed, so he might have been. Wasn't he cross-eyed in that film?
Or maybe Hedley Lamar would have. Yeah.
Heddy.
Well, that's pet name.
Isn't that the joke?
Yes.
I'm sure even the sheriff looks towards the screen at some point.
I think there's an incident that he does. You're right.
I reckon I watched that when I was about at 7.
Yeah, when you shouldn't have.
6,
Absolutely.
7 probably. And that's why I can't remember it
What
very well.
rating is it? What rating
15.
is it?
15.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just rude.
It's
Language is definitely, yeah. But for those of you who don't know, comedy western.
Mm-hmm. What's the woman's name? Is it something von Stupp?
Lily von Stupp.
Lily von Stupp. I do. She's the one I remember the most. Yeah.
That's where it would up the levels as well.
That would
she
also
speak with a particular kind of.
She's very German.
Yeah. Okay.
She talked to Hadley.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
That's what I remember. Yeah.
I'm tired. Tired of playing the game.
I remember bits. I don't remember the whole film, but I definitely remember that bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But as I said, Mel Brooks, I could go through numerous amounts, and maybe people have, so I won't continue until the honourable mentions. But that was the one that came to my mind, is when they have a brawl that spills over multiple sets.
That's the sitting around the campfire farting scene.
With
Margot. My word!
Yeah.
Is that?
That's the bit that you probably remember the most
Yes.
as a kid. That's the one that's the take home, isn't it?
That's exactly the take home. Yeah.
Even as like a.
Do you know it won an Oscar?
Did it?
Yeah.
What for?
Best original song.
What, that song?
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I never thought.
Oscar winning.
Yeah.
For all the right reasons. Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing to do with the film. But yeah. Wow, there you go.
Right, there you go.
Is it Dom's number 4 now?
My number 4, yes. 2016. This one?
God, you're like modern.
I have a 2016.
Okay.
Keep going. I want to know if you've crossed over.
1 hour 48.
Yeah, I've got this one.
Okay.
What number is it for you, Matthew?
Number 2 for me.
Okay.
Your number 4 is his number 2.
Yes.
Well, we'll come back to it then.
We shall.
I've got no idea.
Your number 3 then?
My number 3 is a 2020 film.
Carry on.
2020?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I might have guessed this.
Go on. Off the cuff. Go on then. Just go for it.
You've mentioned it recently. You've watched it recently.
I have.
Yeah.
We'll say it then.
You want me to just go for
You're
it?
just going to go for it.
Why
Go,
not?
jump in.
Or do you want? Sorry, for the listeners, do you want to give a few clues?
Yeah,
give
go
the
on,
rest
go on.
of your bits, and then Jem
so
can have a guess.
the people at home,
Oh,
as
yes.
they might say,
It's a
answers
12.
on a postcard. Everybody,
See if you can get it before Dom.
Everyone does.
send a stamped addressed envelope if you want to enter the prize draw.
Right, 2020, 2 hours, 3 minutes, only 6.6 on IMDb. Adventure, crime, drama, mystery. It's based on a book by Nancy Springer. And the main character in it has a producer credit on the film at age 16, which is quite good going, really.
Yeah, it doesn't mean a lot, does it, in terms of...
No. It was one of the most watched films of 2020 on Netflix.
Understandably why. Yeah.
Yeah, that fun year that we all had. Do you want a bit more, Dom?
Yeah,
I'll give you some character names.
I don't know if
out the main
Dominic's
ones.
seen it when you mentioned
I think
it
he has.
previously.
He has.
You do?
No, he has.
Oh, okay.
So the character names, Euphoria. These are the ones that you wouldn't just immediately know. The film is the name of the main character. So Euphoria, Linthorne, Edith, Miss Harrison, the Dowager, Viscount Tewkesbury.
I've definitely seen this, right?
Mycroft.
Okay, so it's shut.
2020.
2020.
And by the way,
Is
I've
it
got
Enola
bing, bing,
Holmes?
bing, 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 bonus
You
point
have.
here.
Well done, Jem.
Is it? It's not Enola Holmes, is it?
Yes, I know the Holmes.
I went
16.
number 1.
She was 16 in that, yeah.
Well, how's she now?
Well, add 5, Dom.
Yeah, no, but that's insane. She's only 21 now.
Yeah.
I thought she was much older than that.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
Stranger Things. She was
Yeah, very
particularly
true.
young.
Probably 11 if she played in 11, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
I don't know, but
It's about right.
True, probably about right. Yeah.
it's probably
Why-
why she was.
Can you remember
called
why they
that.
called her 11? I can't.
No, but that's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
now.
So it is Enola Holmes, and
I'm so
because
glad I got that.
she is constantly
You got that
turning
for
and
math.
talking to the camera. I absolutely love the films.
I do like the films. I'm not sure they're highly rated in my. I'd watch them if they're on.
No,
That kind of thing.
that
but-
doesn't exist anymore
Yeah,
as
no,
much,
no,
though,
but
does
in
it?
terms of the concept. I know not actually, but yeah, I'm not sure I'd.
I think you need to revisit it because
First one's better than the second one for sure.
I'm not sure.
What rating is it?
It's 12.
Yeah, see, that would be something that you could watch with your daughter when she gets of age.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, it's got that mystery. It's actually
Mystery.
quite harmless fun, I would say. The 12 for me from memory is probably a bit of language.
I think it's threat and violence maybe as well because there is a bit of threat. Like they're
Yeah, but
trying
in
to, they're
terms of
trying
the
to kill
mystery,
people.
yeah.
They're trying to kill people in it, aren't they?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
there's- She, yeah.
But
so
but
there's-
I don't remember that, is what I mean. There's no,
No.
like, killer death scene.
it's very it's quite good with the whole feminist point of view as well. It's nice seeing a film that actually is wrapped around, like, based around women. Like we were talking the other week about films set in olden times, especially those that are true stories where there's very few female characters. That's not true for this at all.
No, agreed.
But
Yeah.
her and her mum, right? That's the whole.
Yeah, well, in
Concept
fact
behind it.
most of
And
the male
that's
characters,
a good character as well.
most of the male
Yeah.
characters are seen as sort of quite pompous and
Twits, yeah.
not necessarily twits, just
Very up themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
think they're in charge. But yeah, absolutely love Enola Holmes. I think it's
Side
brilliant.
characters. as well, yeah.
The
Yeah,
reason I
that's
picked
right.
that, by the way, is because I struggle sometimes to work out what he's put on his list or not, but I was pretty sure he hadn't put that one. I've got another one that I would have suggested for Matthew, but I'm unsure of. So,
And
yeah.
we'll find out at the end.
Yeah.
No, that one's fresh in my mind. Really
There you go.
enjoyed it.
And clearly mine as well.
When did you rewatch it?
About in the last month or so.
Yeah,
Watch
within the
both of
last two extras, I think
Yeah.
it got mentioned.
Yeah, last couple of
There we
months.
go.
I could check exactly when, but I don't think anyone's that
I'm not that
interested.
bothered. No. rough estimates. Good.
Roughly this year.
So that was your number.
3.
Right.
So Gem, onto yours.
My number 3, 1990,
Oh, it's gone.
Hang on,
it's
hang
gone
on.
very
Go on,
old
go on.
these days. Yeah.
PG,
No.
Yep.
1 hour 46, 6.4 out of 10.
Okay, so that could be plenty of different 1990
Okay.
comedies. Go on.
Yeah,
Comedy.
right. It has
Go
got
on.
comedy in there.
Family.
What else is it?
No, it hasn't got the word family. I'm not going to tell you.
Is it animation?
Not going to tell you.
But
The
yes.
breaking of the fourth wall of
He
this.
wants to eke it out when it's
I
his
know.
turn.
Oh, hold
Go
on. Hold on. I'm trying to go straight to the crux of it by giving people an
Go on.
opportunity. We
Go,
gave
go,
we
go,
gave
go.
Matthew an opportunity to say a couple of things when I knew it, and he went on and on and on, and I've just literally said, no, I'm going to just talk about the actual bit that breaks the fourth wall, and
Go on, then.
Go on then.
I don't know, I'm victimised. Right.
Oh,
Welcome.
God.
Welcome.
Woe is me.
Welcome to
Woe
the
is
world.
me.
You've
Yeah.
listened back to one of these podcasts before, right? We're all victimised.
I'll move on.
More than others, but yeah, go on, Karen. Go on, Gem. Go on, number 3, go on.
So the breaking of the fourth wall in this is that it features a big, I would say, 90s cameo.
Okay, I think
Oh.
I've got it.
I think I've saw this with something when I had a look at some research yesterday.
Yeah,
and
I
so
think I've
I
seen
thought of
this.
this one because it kind of reminds me of something that actually happened at the cinema once.
Okay,
I think I know what it is, I think. Is
Go
it?
on then, Dominic.
Oh, well, if I've looked, is it Hulk Hogan that does the cameo?
Hulk Hogan does the cameo.
Okay,
yeah.
I do know then.
I'm
Go
assuming
on.
it's Gremlins 2.
The new batch, correct.
Cracking
And
film.
Yeah.
at this point, Christopher Lee is in the corridor, I think, chatting about what's just happened. Basically, they're causing havoc around the building, and then
all the gremlins that have
all the gremlins that have
had all sorts of different chemicals applied to them.
all the different. I think it's a genetic.
The
They've been
variations,
adapted
right,
their
yeah.
genetic code.
gremlins. That's right.
Yeah, they have basically run loose, and then
A mock.
you see, I suppose if you're in the cinema, it worked better, but you see that the sort of film starts ripping up and
it burns kind of thing, doesn't it? The whole
exactly
comes off the spool,
and then they start doing hand puppets, and one of them does a hand puppet of Abraham Lincoln,
making that kind of noise.
Yeah, but then one of them does Abraham Lincoln with his hand, and as he goes off. And then one of them is, you can see his silhouette with the reel of film all around him.
Yeah, it's really good.
And
so
they
good.
then cut to a woman coming out of the cinema to complain that the gremlins are ruining the film. And she even makes a comment, which is breaking the fourth wall again, about the first film being better.
I've forgotten that bit.
And he says, "Oh, it's okay. I know." The attendant says, "Don't worry, I know someone." So he goes into. That's the other thing. They then put on another film, which is like this is weird. It's like a news piece, but like it's naturists, and they go like, "Oh," but you remember that bit. But anyway, they go down, and the usher goes to another sort of.
Is he going to a
cinema.
different screen?
Yeah. And he goes and knocks on Hulk Hogan and he says, "Excuse me, can you help us? There's gremlins up in the box." And he basically gets cross, rips his shirt off, tells them to stop doing it. And then he looks at the camera and says, "Sorry about that. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again." And then it cuts back to normal footage.
I mean, it doesn't even need Hulk Hogan talking to the screen, does it? The fact that they're pretending that it's a film that's gone a bit awry in the first place. Yeah, nice.
But Hulk Hogan looks nobody really acknowledges the audience at that point, because I was like, when I watched it again, I was like,
does it just cut then afterwards back to the film?
Yeah,
just
with no reference to the fact it's happened.
No.
Love it.
Because I thought when I watched it recently, I again, like that snippet, because that was the bit that I thought, have I got it wrong? Like, is there a cinema in that?
No, you're right. No. It is,
but it is a complete cutaway.
Cuts,
I wonder why they did that. Was that in the script, or do you think there was something that
Hulk Hogan said, "I want to be in the Gremlins film," and they're like, "This is how we do it."
And he was
something
massive
happened
at that
in
point.
the scene with Christopher Lee. Maybe he realised he'd made a bit of an error,
or maybe they misfilmed it or something,
and they just thought, "What can we do to deal with that?" I can get Hulk Hogan. Let's just edit it where they've messed up.
Maybe it doesn't make sense.
We'll have to find out.
I don't know.
Oh,
there must be a reason, right?
Well, it might be part of the script. Someone might have written it in the first place.
It's bizarre, isn't it? But yeah,
that's a good one.
There we go.
There we go.
I like that film. Do you remember playing the game? There was a I think it was a Game Boy game where you could fight all of them.
I remember Gremlins.
I remember Gremlins. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember having the second one with all the different types of gremlins,
the second one
them a bit further.
with the female gremlin.
Yes.
The second one, yeah. Okay.
And the one that could talk.
Yeah, the newsreader sort of presenter guy.
New York.
Oh god, that was good. Yeah.
They're
They're like the original Minions. That's
yes,
what
they are a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go. Dominic.
Number 3, Dom.
Let's see if you don't
Big one to follow.
Yeah.
2004. This one?
No.
1 hour 45. 7.3 out of 10. And this is very a me film. If I wanted to put it on anything,
It's got Tom Hardy in it.
No.
Okay. Crime. Nice.
Only
It does
1 hour
have Tom Hardy in
44
it,
though.
but I didn't want to say it.
It does.
But
I didn't know he was in a film where there was a fourth wall break. Right, go on.
crime, drama, thriller.
Of course.
It's an 18, and this breaking the fourth wall is why I thought I had all the details wrong when you said it. It's the last scene of the film, pretty much. So,
and it's not an end credits scene.
It's not an end credit scene. No. So, essentially,
Is it an acknowledgement at that point?
in what sense?
Is there?
I don't know if Tom Hardy's in the film. I was thinking.
So
for you. Does it
don't-
also star somebody your wife doesn't like?
No.
Oh, okay, different film.
Is there a reason for the fourth wall break?
No, I don't think so. So the whole point is that throughout the whole film, you don't know the main character's name, and you never end up finding out his real name.
Say the year again.
2004. So what happens is he goes, he faces the camera, and goes, "My name. If you knew that, you'd be as clever as me."
Yeah, sorry, I do know that film now. I know exactly what it is. It has Ben Whishaw in it, doesn't it?
It does, yes. There's a very minor character,
He's got a
but
slight
obviously
character, also
he
not playing what you'd think Ben Whishaw would
links
play.
to the last scene.
Mm.
Yeah, because at the end he
So-
says that, and
so
then he
he's
gets
not
shot.
Paddington then. Okay.
It's
No.
not Paddington.
okay.
No, he's more like the Black Dove's character
He,
to a certain degree,
he
in the
is
sense of what he's.
bit
Yeah.
greasier.
Have I seen this?
I don't know actually.
Right. So
Dom-
then you're probably
Okay.
Matthew.
So
What
I'm
is
going to
it?
say Dom had it on DVD
Yeah,
when
definitely.
we were lived
It's
together.
yellow
Layer cake, right?
layer cake. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Daniel Craig, Sienna Miller, Michael Gambon, Tom Hardy, and Cole Meany.
I think what's interesting about that is that you don't realise you don't know his name for
No,
the film. You
for the
don't
entire film.
realise you don't know his name. It's not really something that comes up.
So whenever you look at any sort of like plot or synopsis, it's just 4 X's. That's it. That's
Oh,
his
wow.
character name.
But yeah, so when you watch the film, just no one calls him by any particular name.
But I suppose if you're friends, you don't necessarily.
Mm.
Yeah,
do
and
that.
acquaintances essentially. So his
Yeah.
boss doesn't
See,
mention his name,
It's
but
easy to get around it because
yeah. And you've not? Have you seen it?
I've seen bits of it.
You
I know
you
that
must have
sounds
done.
weird.
Like, so
I feel like it's on
this is
Channel
like-
4 every so often.
Probably.
and
this is like
I might have
Sienna
just
Miller
switched on it.
in a kind of peak. should I
yeah.
say.
Interesting though, she isn't in it very much. She's not in as much.
No,
as I
she's
thought
not. She's
she
just
would have been.
she's the love interest, and
Yeah, yeah.
you see her pretty half naked for most of the film, pretty much.
Which she's hardly in the film. Love Dom's memory of the film.
Well,
she's
no,
she's half naked for
bits
most of the
the
film.
bits that she is in,
If you fast forward everything apart from her, yeah, she is half naked for most of the
she's
film.
not really necessary. It's
No,
one of those parts.
She has a parts that it wouldn't matter if she was in it or
No.
not.
Oh,
If
okay.
you took it
Yeah.
out, it wouldn't. Yeah, it's just.
It's like he's
Suppose
got a girlfriend,
there's a
and we sometimes get
so-
seen into that.
I suppose
Yes.
the link is that she is someone else's girlfriend at the time
Yeah.
at that point, and then he steals her off them, and then
Oh,
that's
okay.
what leads to the end credits part.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, he's a cocaine dealer essentially, and he's trying to get out of the business.
Trying to get out. He's got enough to get out, hasn't he?
He has, but then
One last job.
2 last jobs
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Why has he got to do 2 last jobs?
because he wants to get out, and the only way he can get out is if he does
He
2 last jobs.
He
for his
thought it was
boss.
one last job, I think, and then he had to do another one. Is that right?
No, he actually gave him 2. to start with,
okay.
Yeah, so he had to find someone who was missing, and he had to
Right.
finalise an
Hold on.
ecstasy.
If
deal.
I'm a mob boss,
Well,
do I just keep saying, yeah, the next one's your last one, and
Well,
then go,
well,
ha,
I sort
not
of
just
feel
yet.
that
But
that's
if you
part
feel
of the
that's
point.
what happens,
Mm.
yeah.
because is it Michael Gambon's the big dude?
No,
No.
so he's another mob boss, but the guy that he's a friend of.
That's right. The mob boss
Jimmy.
is actually really quite reasonably scary. Doesn't he have like a private room in a restaurant?
In like in a
somewhere?
restaurant essentially, and like a stately home type thing. Yeah, so like
Just remembering it now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't seen
Yeah.
it, it's worth watching.
Guy Ritchie.
I think so.
no
Guy
Matthew
Ritchie?
Vaughan.
Oh, it is Matthew Vaughan.
Oh,
Snatch.
That's right. There you
I thought it
go.
was Guy
Snatch
Ritchie
and-
in my head.
There we go.
There we
Snatch
go.
and Lockstock.
I suppose it's just that cast, isn't it?
Matthew Vaughan also Kingsman.
Yes, it's on my list. Yeah,
There we go.
But there you go.
Nice choice, Dom.
There you go. That's my
Right.
number 3.
Right, so my number 2 is also Dom's number 4.
Correct.
Is that right?
Apparently.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
So,
Give me the years and stuff again. I can't remember.
Go on, you
it.
do the spiel, man. Come
2016,
on.
15, 1 hour 48, 8.0 on IMDb.
Yes.
I've got a
8.0.
Yeah, I've got a good quote, which as soon as I say, you probably know. 4th wall break. Inside a 4th wall break, that's like 16 walls. That's a good quote. Just to prove
So
It's known for it.
it's known.
The whole point. The whole
yeah.
concept of it, and it's every
so
film within
is
the
this,
franchise.
is this the first one that people will probably
Yes.
go to?
Yes.
Yes.
If
And
you-
it's the first of 3?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're talking Deadpool.
We are
We
talking
are
Deadpool.
talking
Yes.
Deadpool.
The best one, in my opinion. But
Agreed.
there we go.
I haven't seen the Deadpool and Wolverine yet.
It's good.
It's good, but I don't think it's as good as the first one.
I like the third one a lot because a lot of the cameos sort of were nice and exciting for me when I watched it in the cinema.
Yeah, but I think I'd watch the first one
Is
more
it the character
than the
cameos
third
type
one.
thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was going to watch one of them again, I'd probably watch the first one again.
Yeah, I'd always avoid
Well,
the second one.
Love an origin story, don't we? So it's also
Yeah,
Deadpool's
agreed.
origin
That's what-
story.
yeah.
So, and yes, it is good.
It definitely breaks the
I
fourth
think
wall. I think
constantly.
that's the most
Yeah,
constant.
constantly. Yeah,
I mean,
during fight scenes,
literally,
halfway through it.
I
Yeah.
think the opening line is a 4th wall break because he talks to the audience immediately.
Yeah. Does he? I think he does that in every Deadpool beginning, though.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the
I
second
think
one
they
too
always
vividly, to be
start
fair.
very
Yeah.
similarly.
Well, I think this one starts with, are they still doing they're doing a high-speed chase, and he's rolling through the air,
Yes.
and he was saying, these aren't even, these stuntmen, they actually died. Doesn't he say something like that?
It's when
Stuntmen actually died in this scene. He said, really committed to the cause. It was like stuff like that.
It's completely silent, isn't it? It's just with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great film.
But my number 4 and your number 2.
With great power comes great irresponsibility. It's the tagline.
And I don't think any of our listeners will probably not be aware of Deadpool, right?
True.
But you have to be aware of it. I mean, although
The hype around it last
Yes.
time.
Well, so the film took 10 years to make, or it took 10 years to get up and started. Like, Ryan Reynolds tried for a very long time.
I thought that's not what
And-
we meant then. Yeah, go on.
And he really couldn't get any funding for it. Like, no one really thought it was going to be that good because he had already played Deadpool in one of the X-Men films.
Yes. One of the,
Where he was,
came out with the two
it was in
swords,
the
didn't he?
Wolverine film.
was it the
I can't
Wolverine?
remember which one
Yeah,
it was.
because it's the one where
Is it
Wolverine
Is-
and his brother or whatever.
Was it that one?
No, yeah, the Saber guy.
Saber is
yeah.
in that one. He's at the
Is
very
that-
end of that
okay.
one.
Yeah, because they fight on a
Top
loop
of
wall. Something, like a round
one of those big, what are they called?
a water cut. I was
No,
thinking like
not
a gas
water.
thing, but yeah.
It was just like a coal.
Anyway,
Power plant.
I'm not
Power
sure this
plant.
is-
Plant. There you go. That's
plant.
it. That's it.
Yes.
The chimney
But-
bit. The big
So
chimney.
yeah, so they eventually got some money, but
But one of the biggest setbacks was that's between the
Sony?
mergers.
was it to do with who had the rights to it as well?
Yeah, and
right?
then Disney bought it, and then Disney didn't want to do
Crossovers.
high-rated films,
Yes.
as in an R rating,
Yeah.
for a period of time. So yeah, it's getting it up and started that was the issue. Yeah,
But it made an absolute killing at the box office.
Yeah, as it would.
I think it cost. I wrote this down. So it cost 58 million to make, and it made 782 million.
That's amazing, isn't it?
but it also was a breath of fresh air when it came to
It was superheroes.
superhero films, because people get superhero fatigue. It was like something different.
Yeah.
It's
And
pure
they
comedy
even
element, isn't it, as
referenced the fact that they can't use any of the other X-Men.
Yes,
in-
which is why
in that film
which is
as
why
well.
it took a long time for Deadpool and Wolverine to happen, because in the comics they're quite regularly together.
Yeah, but they mentioned, I can't come in the house or something because we haven't got the rights to the
That's
other
right.
X-Men. Yeah. How come it's always you that answers the door or something
Yeah.
like that?
Isn't there even a DC reference about Green Lantern?
Yes, yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you're
So
right.
they managed
yeah.
to get that in as well. Yeah, but
But
that's
it's a
Okay.
good film, as you say. Yeah.
yeah. look, I would. That was a good one.
I'd
Really
watch
good
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was on, as Dominic would
No,
say.
I think that one I need rewatching, because I've sort of only watched them a couple of times each. I think I've forgotten a lot of it.
Okay, are we moving on to my number 2 then?
Your
Your
number
number
two,
two,
Jem,
Jeremy.
1986.
God, he has gone
No.
really old with your
No.
films this year.
12, 1 hour 43, 7.8 out of 10.
Okay. Hang on, yeah, go on.
12, 90. Okay.
Comedy.
83. You say so?
86.
86.
How
sorry.
long was
Go on.
it?
1 hour 43.
Standard.
Okay, go on. Carry
comedy. Yeah.
on. Carry on.
In terms of breaking the fourth wall, very similar to Deadpool. Constantly happens, constantly directing the audience the whole way through.
1983. Constant.
86.
86.
You're
I don't know what I'm
confusing
talking
each other
about.
there.
I am. Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Matt's
What's
looking
that
at his
noise?
list.
That
Matt's
noise.
looking at his list.
I'm looking at my list, and I think. I'm going to cross my fingers. I've got this as a guess for you, Jeremy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You haven't put it underneath other things?
No, I just have one guess. You seem to have.
I
like
think Matthew couldn't pick this because I think he's picked it before.
I've never seen it.
correct.
If it's this, I've never seen something that I've picked for you, but I picked it anyway.
So you both picked it for me.
I think
Mhm.
so.
I had to put it
It's
at number
this.
2, by the way, because it breaks the fourth wall, but also I could easily watch it.
Can you give us your favourite scene in the film,
I'll know if it's the right one then.
Oh.
or a
'Cause I've never
favourite
seen
scene?
it.
You don't have to choose the favourite scene. Just a favourite scene.
A favourite scene when he talks about being the sausage king of New York. I think it is. No, not of
I
New
don't know,
York, of
you're right,
Chicago or something.
Dankeschön. Is that the song?
Maybe.
Darling, Dankeschön. Is that one? Is that the film?
I don't know what film it is.
I want to know where Dominic's going.
Yeah,
on
I do
this
as well.
before I
Go on,
start.
no, go on.
Dominic,
You've got to
what
carry
film
on.
do you think it
King
is?
of Chicago. I think I've forgotten that.
I
bit.
can't say it just in case someone else has got it.
Yeah, when they go to a restaurant and
Oh, that's right. I do know. Yes. Okay. It is.
he
Ding, 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 ding. Do have some points for that now.
Well, what is it, Matthew? Then
I believe it is Ferris Bueller's Day
Okay.
Off.
That's what I've got. I've never seen the film.
you've never seen
How
it.
have you never
No,
seen
never
it?
seen it.
It's got Charlie Sheen in it.
Doesn't appeal to me.
I mean, what do you mean it doesn't appeal to you? You don't know what it is.
I know what it's about
Go on then. Hold on.
Go on, tell us what it's about.
Tell us what it's about then for the listeners.
because he lies about being unwell
Okay.
constantly, doesn't he? With it,
Just for one day.
for
Just
one day, and then just I'm pretty sure he just goes and does whatever he wants with his like dad's Ferrari or something or dad's car.
No, it's not his dad's Ferrari.
No.
But he just goes and does crazy things, and then there's like a parade
Yeah,
that
There's
he's
a
part
parade.
of as well. And
Yeah.
obviously he just tries to, I don't know, evade being caught. Isn't that the concept?
Very loosely.
So
God,
you
give
need
me
to
more
watch
of
it. Well, it's like he's not really doing it for himself, really. I think overall he's doing it for his friend.
I mean, you can argue that. So I would say
And as a last big blowout as well.
you're not far off the line, but I think you undersell it if that's what you take from it.
Mm.
I think it is about being young and taking risks and yes, doing what you want, but within a reason. They've still got limitations.
I think they could have quite easily made his character horribly annoying, but I think Matthew Broderick really does pull off the fact that he actually is really rather likable. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I still find him a little bit smarmy.
He is a little bit smarmy, but that's what I mean. He's on the edge, and I think the fact that you've got the headmaster or the principal, whatever it's called,
He's the reason why you want him to succeed.
yes, that's what I mean. They've
Yeah,
managed to.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he's,
that's why he comes across as more likable.
and his sister.
yes,
You don't like his sister.
No, his sister is awful.
okay.
Which is Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Grey. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've got to watch
You
that.
do have to watch it, even if you know what's happening. Go for
I'll
it.
tell you what, you should watch that with your kids and see what they think. That would be an interesting one. Maybe not your youngest.
What rating
What
is
is it? 12, was it?
12.
12, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Nell thinks, well, no, it's not date. I don't think it dates that much.
No,
Just
I mean,
they don't have mobile phones or
Yeah.
anything like that. But
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, fine.
No.
But
But yeah, it's sort of, yeah. No, it's good. You should watch that. Nice choice though, Jim.
But yeah, I know Matthew referenced it. The reason
You've
I knew that
mentioned it
Matthew's
recently as well,
picked
yeah.
it before is because he mentioned the closing scene, which is when he directs to the camera at the end as well.
Which-
Are you still here?
Which actually is what happens at the end of Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact,
Okay,
they
okay.
made it shot for shot exactly the same, except it's Deadpool. Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
okay, so that was your number 2.
my number 2.
On to my number 2. 2022.
Oh yeah,
All
No,
recent for Dom.
they are
He's gone
recent.
back to his
Standard.
roots.
Yeah.
I can only remember the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Can't remember yesterday. 2 hours 7 minutes.
Right.
7.3 out of 10.
Clearly, by the way, people like breaking the fourth wall because I'm not sure we've had any bombers. Like normally we have a bomber in the top 5 where we like it but other people don't. But generally they're all quite well received.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, in
The
terms of
rating.
the ratings,
Yeah.
etc. Yeah.
Mm.
Did
Go
I
on.
say what genre it was?
No, I don't think so.
Action comedy thriller,
Right.
and it's I think it's a 15. I can't remember if it's 15 or 18. I've got R. Here,
What do you
which
mean
is
you
really
can't
annoying.
remember?
As in,
It's
like,
written
it's
down in
put-
front of you,
It's put
isn't it?
UK
You
rating
did your
R,
research that you told us you did.
yeah, but I put it down R, thinking I didn't know whether it was 15
Thinking,
or 18.
I'll get round to that later.
Do you consider looking up the UK rating?
I did, but I haven't changed
I
it.
beg to differ.
Well, no, I did.
Okay,
I just-
15 or 18, one of those.
Oh God, I'm just not going to bother.
No.
Clearly, I don't. So the Anyway, it's 15 or 18.
Yeah.
Regardless. So some of the character names are probably is one of the things that will. Oh well, in terms of breaking the fourth wall, it's the particular scene I'm talking about is where I don't know if this will give it away, but maybe part of it. There's a duo in this film,
Right.
who are kind of sub main characters. There's quite a few different main characters. And they are tallying up the number of people that they have killed.
Oh, okay.
You know already?
No,
How did you know from that?
because he's got on his honourable mention list.
Hang on, no, you said 2022.
I did, yes.
Okay, no.
So I'll tell you.
I was going to say, I just realised it doesn't even break the fourth wall, the one I'm thinking of. I was thinking of Lord of the Rings with Gimli and Legolas.
No.
Is it-
no, no.
I'm
Does it
now
reference
thinking,
that, though?
are we in a foreign country?
In what? For the whole film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it on a moving vehicle?
It is on a moving vehicle.
Yeah. I
Is
like
this,
it.
Is this
Good,
because you
great
had a
film.
look?
Is it?
No. I didn't even think of it. I haven't got it on my honourable mentions, but
Wait,
that's quite a
Shall
recent
I give you
film.
some character names and you can guess?
Yeah. I've got an idea, but I didn't know the fourth wall was broken.
Go on.
No, go on. You tell me. Let's just keep
No,
going.
come on. Should we go for it?
Just go for it.
Is it Bullet Train?
It's Bullet Train, yeah. When
Love that film.
Tangerine and Lemon
Yeah.
are kind of going back and forth about saying how many people they killed when they did a particular job or the last job that they did.
Yeah.
And then it cuts off to, I can't remember whether it's Tangerine or Lemon, but the black guy essentially just, he starts shooting at these people and then he starts looking at the camera and goes, 1. And then
Does he?
Oh, he
shoots it,
does.
and
That
then-
is
and
good.
He gets another, shoots a car and that kind of get propelled from it and he goes 2 and then just keeps
Right.
going. He said it's 17 people and they're back and forth. But yeah,
I want to watch that film again.
And then
I've
it cuts
only
back.
watched it once.
I've
I've
watched to that scene.
I think I've
very-
watched it twice and I would
very
still
keen to
watch
watch
it
it.
again.
Oh, yeah. I've only watched that once, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah,
That is a cracking film.
it's really good. It's just constant.
It completely blew me for what I thought it was going to be.
Yes, agreed. I didn't.
Yeah.
It was much different than I thought it was going to be, and
Brad
much
Pitt's
better.
character is amazing as well. Just the
I think it's very well cast.
But all of them are. Joey King's really
Joey
good
King's good in
that.
that, yeah.
yeah, but that
And
particular scene.
even the phone call lady.
Yes. Phone call
Yes,
lady.
Without
Oh.
broing it for people who might want to see it. If you haven't seen it, you should go see it.
Yeah.
For a new film, I don't think there was enough hype about it when it came
No,
out.
I don't
I
think
agree.
it wasn't. Yeah, I remember that, and then watched it, and I was like, "This is pretty decent." Like, it's just
It was clever.
all the action scenes and the
I think
the
it was clever.
continuity of it all with the whole.
I
suit.
think
You'll
the
like it
script was
because it's like mystery puzzly.
It was, and it was also surprising. It wasn't just bog standard what you'd expect. It was a little bit more than that.
No, and if you read the blurb or whatever it's called in terms of films, it basically says 5 hitmen on a train or something, and you're like, okay, well, that's
Yeah.
just going to be action.
It's like
It's
cameo
not.
appearances from Ryan Reynolds and Channing Tatum as well. Just
Yes,
appearing
yes.
randomly throughout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point.
It's good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Hold on that film, doesn't Ryan Reynolds reference that he owes Brad Pitt? Or no, I think that is one of the facts. I think he did it because Brad
he
Pitt
owes.
appears in something. And no, Channing Tatum, it might be the other way around. One did for the other one or something like that. I've got a feeling it's like, what was the one with Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock and Brad Pitt? Lost Island or something like that, whatever it is. I think he did that and he said, well, I owe you one. And then he was like, well, come on then.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, that's
Oh.
my number 2.
Okay.
Nice. I didn't
No,
remember. There was
never
a
going to
fourth
get an
wall break in
argument over that film.
No, that's a great film.
Right,
Are we
on
to
to
number
number
ones?
ones.
Woo.
It's right at the bottom here.
Matthew first, number 1.
1992.
Oh, God, I thought we could know.
1992 you've gone for?
Yeah. Same as your number 1?
No.
Go on.
PG.
Oh, no, it's not the one. Okay, go on.
1 hour 34. 7 on IMDb. I thought it'd be slightly higher than that, but 7.
Okay.
The fourth wall is broken regularly by 2 characters. I believe
Are they the lead characters?
they are. I believe there is
Is one of the actors famously known for doing it in multiple films, breaking the fourth
Yes.
wall?
Okay.
Yes.
There is a point in the film where a third character breaks the fourth wall and then he gets told, no, it's not your movie. You can't do that.
Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Okay.
You got it yet, Dom?
No.
I'll give you some names. Benjamin,
Helpful.
Cassandra,
Yeah, that's good.
Noah Vanderhoff. Does that name not ring a bell?
No.
Stacy.
I've definitely seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you a word that might help from recently. Delaware.
No.
That's actually in the second one, though.
No, it's in the first one. Because they're doing,
it
they're
is.
doing
It is.
adverts.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's,
Yeah.
hi, we're in Delaware.
No, that's when they get the green screen. Yeah.
It's got Alice Cooper in it, who tells about Milwaukee.
Oh, is that? It's not Wayne's World.
It's Wayne's World.
Oh God.
It is Wayne's
So
World.
which bit in particular? Because he does break it many times.
And the first one, you've not mentioned this film before.
No.
Okay.
I would have thought he had as well,
No,
but
he
I
has.
definitely have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy has.
Okay, that's mix them all up.
No, I haven't. I haven't mentioned this before. I think the bit that springs to mind is the multiple endings, where they talk to the camera and say, "Right now, let's do the really fun ending."
The Scooby-Doo ending.
Biddly-doo.
That's
Like
the
that.
Scooby-Doo ending.
Yeah, that's right. Now let's
Yeah.
do the Scooby-Doo ending. He goes, Shaggy, like that, just the end. I don't remember that bit, but he does it all the way through. They talk and they move the story along, don't they?
The adverts as well, when they're doing
Yes.
the Pepsi can and the
Pepsi.
Pizza Hut box.
The
Yeah.
aspirin. He goes, "Stop! You're giving me a headache." He goes, "Here, try this. Small, yellow, different." It's stupid. Really stupid. Nice.
On my honourable mentions, for sure.
Yeah. It's got Meatloaf in it. I'd forgotten Meatloaf in it. He's a bouncer.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the second one as well.
And Ed O'Neill is the other character that talks to the camera. You'll know him from the dad in Modern Family.
Yeah.
He's the he works behind the diner bar, I
Really?
believe. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that bit, but yeah.
Yeah. I just think I'd really like that film. I think it's a lot funnier than I remember as well. As soon as I started watching clips of it, it's brilliant. And then, of course, you got the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, that is what it's known for me. That's the only thing that
I mean,
I remember.
Does that one travel in time? If you watch that,
do you think
kids
it's more
watch
than
that
it was?
now?
I think that wouldn't because if you think about it, it's sort of the 90s. That's
No,
the
I
point,
agree,
isn't it?
yeah.
They were sort of like the, I don't know, not the down and outs, but like the
I was going to
teenage-
say that's basically now. If you get picked up and you're a vlogger or whatever, that's basically that journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it would make sense if you were to rehash that with somebody who's down and out, just does a little YouTube channel and then gets picked up and goes viral.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so because they
That's very true.
they had their own TV show because they were paid for like local cable or something, and then Rob Lowe's character is with his girlfriend, and she says, "Oh, I really like this show," and it's only like a 5-minute show or something, and he's like, "What is this?" And he just needs something to try and
I
sell.
don't think they had any advertising. I think it was local TV, and I think back then
that's what I mean.
But I think back
What
then
was
on
it?
local TV they were just looking for people to fill slots.
Yeah,
if that
probably,
makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were because some of them they were advertising some bits, weren't they? Like I think Hoover's. I can't remember if it.
No, they weren't. No, that was a guy that had come on to visit.
Yeah.
With the,
That's it.
That was a guy
cuts.
who wanted to self-promote.
Yes,
that's
that's
what-
right.
yeah, that's
no,
what I
they
was thinking you
weren't.
meant.
They weren't advertising. That's sort of the point of when they got big. They didn't want to do the advertising, which is where that bit is a sort of play off because they all. There's a bit where Garth just sat there wearing all Reebok.
Do you know what I did? Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So yeah, my number one is Wayne's World.
Okay. My number one is 2015, 1 hour 53, 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
The year 2000, not 2015. Just
No,
2000.
2000,
Right.
UK rating 15.
Okay.
Go on, keep going.
What do you want?
Genres. You've left them out on purpose.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Comedy, drama, romance.
Okay. It's a rom-com. Is
Yeah.
it a rom-com?
Yeah.
A rom-com from the 2000. Okay. Go on then. Get you.
What's the fourth wall break? Is there one?
that's
Is
a very
there
good
many?
point.
Is it
Many. Direct address to the audience constantly.
from 2000?
Correct.
Is it a standard rom-com or is it a slight edge to a rom-com?
What sort of edge could you have, Matthew?
I don't know.
You've asked that question. Are you sure
I
you had
have,
something,
I don't
something
know.
in mind? Did you not?
I did, but I wouldn't have thought it would have been on Jeremy's top 5.
Well, go on. Give it a see what happens.
Is Jack Black in the film?
Yes.
Oh, I do know then. So it's a slightly...
I think
More
this is Jack
morose.
Black's first film as Jack Black, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
So, does the main character break the fourth wall constantly?
Constantly.
I thought this was going to be on your list.
I picked
already
this because
picked it.
I've watched it
I
so
did
many
wonder.
times.
I did wonder, but I thought I have to pick this one because obviously he makes
Perfect
top
sense.
five.
Fives.
Yeah.
And I've watched this film so many times because probably you guys watched it.
Top 5 films that So this is High Fidelity.
High Fidelity.
It's
yeah.
High Fidelity.
Fabulous.
John and Joan Cusack.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Almost forgotten Joan Cusack was in it.
But obviously he is speaking straight at us as the
Yeah.
audience, narrating through his thoughts, why he would make certain song choices,
And his top
what
5
happened
breakups.
with top 5 breakups. He's making lists to us based on details, inner monologues, you name it. He is just there.
I didn't realise this was one of your good films.
Oh, I like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously based on a
I quite enjoy it as well.
book, Dominic.
Based on a book.
Yeah.
But that book was set in London because it's Nick Hornby.
Have you read the book?
I haven't.
I have. It is good. It's worth reading.
Different to the film, though, I imagine.
Not massively. I think there are some elements that have been Americanified. But
Yeah, that makes
actually,
sense.
in general, I thought it was pretty good. It's also got Tim Robbins in it.
Yeah.
As Ian.
Ray.
Ray. Oh, so it's Ian. Sorry.
No, he hates Ray. I hate Ray
He
too.
hates Ray.
Laura. Ian Raymond.
Yeah, okay.
is his
Ian
full-
Raymond,
His
that's it.
full character name.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But
Laura,
yeah.
is that the
So his name is Ian.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
But
Ian
that's,
Raymond.
the
Oh,
joke
it's fine.
is
I-
he goes by
I see.
Ray. That's sort of part of the play.
Obviously, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Lisa Bonet, Jack Black.
That's when he does this band at the end. That's
Yes.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's expecting him to be terrible.
Yeah,
Awful.
and he's not. He's good.
He's called something
It's
like...
monkey something, isn't it?
No, that's
They
what
change
they
it.
change it at the last minute.
Ah.
It's like something and the something fives. But
yeah, I can't remember.
I can't
It sounds
remember
like
off the
a
top of my
death
head.
thrash metal band to begin with, or something
Yes.
like that.
Electric Monkey something.
Yeah.
Or,
Electric Monkey 5.
And then they sing Marvin Gaye.
no. That his original name is something like Skull Monkey or something. It's something weird, and he
Okay.
says, "But actually, we thought about calling ourselves this." He makes a joke. I can't remember what it is. It's probably very timely at 2000s, and everyone titters. And he goes, "But tonight we are something and the fives or something like that." But there you go. Yeah.
Good film.
What's he saying? Let's get it on.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What? So it's 2000.
Yeah.
I'm just
Dead
trying to
on.
think back.
I thought it was earlier than that for some reason.
I did as well. I would have said mid-90s.
But
in my head.
is that because in the film you're watching lots of flashbacks of times when he was probably in the 90s?
Maybe,
And
or is it
actually,
set in the 90s
might
and they
also be
filmed
set-
it for the 90s? As in,
Mm.
that's when Nick Hornby wrote it. That's what it is.
It's good though.
Because it's a record
Really good
shop,
film.
which again doesn't
Yeah.
really stand up as well these days. But LPs are still there,
They are still there.
Yeah.
and that character still exists in my opinion. People who are like
Yes.
music, I don't know, buffs or whatever,
Fanatics, yeah.
fanatics who would still love LPs over.
Yes, but you're less likely to get people walking into the shop and just asking for a random LP.
But they don't have many people come in, Math.
No, I know.
That's true.
They basically
don't
scare
have
them
anyone, do
away.
But yeah.
Because he comes in and asks for something, doesn't it?
Every
Yeah.
customer, and then he
refuses
just
service. It's like,
No.
no.
But if you haven't read the book, you could read the book, and if not, then watch the film.
They're both good. That's a good one, Joe.
Right.
That's good, yeah.
He does break the fourth wall a lot in
A
that.
constant, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I might watch
Telling
that
all
again.
his stories.
Although it's an hour and 53. It's not. I thought it'd be about an hour and a half.
I thought it'd be shorter.
But it's
than
not
that,
your
yeah.
standard rom-com, is it?
No.
That's what I mean. It's not your lovey-dovey meet cute.
But
No,
weirdly,
not.
all of John Cusack's rom-coms aren't direct rom-coms, I would say. Gross Point Blank.
I don't know. America's Sweetheart's pretty much standard.
Yeah,
God,
but
that film.
that's the other cast. That's the other cast members as well. Who else am I thinking of? Is it with Beckinsale? What's it?
What in America's Sweethearts is Julia Roberts.
No, the other John
Serendipity.
Cusack. Serendipity is a bit
Serendipity,
weird
that's it, yeah.
off there, but
It
yeah.
does a bit. That one's. I quite like that one.
I quite like that one as well. That's what I mean. I quite like his rom-coms.
No talking to the camera in that one though.
No,
I don't think.
not to memory. But there we go. Dominic,
Number one, Dom.
what Tom Hardy film you got at number one?
No.
Hopefully it's the film I've got written down for you, Dom.
Is it actually the first or the second film? Do you know?
It's the one and only. It's this film.
Okay. Oh, no confusion necessary.
No.
Right, good.
I was just about to say the name. 1990.
Oh, he's gone early.
Oh, it's not the film I've gone for.
He's thrown out all these last 5 year films and then he's gone 1990.
2 hours
Right.
25, 8.7 out of 10.
Wow, big
I
film.
think I'm not the only one that likes this film. So
8.7's good.
You've just gone with everyone else, is what you're telling us.
yeah.
Okay.
Biography, crime, drama. It's very much a me film again, but it's
Crime.
just Tom's not in it.
Biography
Yeah,
crime. Okay.
So
Based on a true story?
yes,
Biography.
Oh, is that what you said?
He did
I
say that,
I just
yeah.
led to
Right.
the
Yeah,
crime
no,
drama.
It's a fictional biography.
this is it's also this is from a book. I
Right.
forgot this bit called Wise Guy, but it's about the whole.
Wise guy, eh?
Yeah, pretty
What
much.
was that?
Yeah.
Like a Looney Tunes character.
I'm not quite sure what that was, Jeremy.
That was
what
like-
it was.
I don't know if I've mixed up the chicken hawk guy.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
You have with like the
I'm
Yeah.
a chicken hawk.
Mugsy.
That was. Yeah.
Yeah, see, look, you're getting all these references. Wise guys. Okay,
Okay.
I'll get rid of the sound effects that
The
I
book's
keep
called
putting on.
Wise Guys.
Yeah. The concept is pretty much telling a story of the rise of someone in the mafia in over a 30-year period, essentially. So it's a person called Henry Hill. That's who it's about. That's the main person.
Okay, I do know what this is now.
Is it a singular break of the fourth wall?
Yeah, so it's only done once, and
I
it's
think I know
done
it is. At the
very
end?
close to the end. Not the very end. It's in a court scene, specifically.
In a court scene. Oh.
Yes.
I know what this is,
Throughout the film, it's a constant narrative. There is a
but it's not quite a fourth wall break because it's not addressing the camera, right? It's just somebody narrating
yeah, but then at the end he does
Yes.
address the camera.
while in witness protection.
No, before
Not before
right,
that.
but before just right at the end of the court scene before he goes into witness protection.
You know what this is, Jim?
I don't know.
Your
I've got-
accent was actually pretty good.
It
for
was
someone in the
actually
film.
good. But Joe Pesci, his character, Tommy DeVito.
Huh?
It's called Tommy DeVito, but is it like
Do I amuse you?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did.
funny
Yeah.
how?
No, I had this DVD.
Funny how?
Funny how?
It was
Yeah.
you that had it.
I had this DVD. I love it. Yeah, I do like it, but I didn't think it was much of a fourth wall break in
What
my
is it?
brain. Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
So at the end, when he's kind of
He
gone
looks
against,
at the camera.
so he does a bit
That's
of
a break.
for quite a while. He does a narrative essentially of what he used to do. So he's just got to the point where he's going into witness protection because he's just given up Cicero and Jimmy.
This is out, isn't it?
He's out because he was going to get killed essentially, but then
See, that's weird because in my head I thought it was a narration still.
so then right at the end he gets up from the
Because I do love
stand,
that film.
Gets up from the stand, looks at the camera and talks about what he used to do. He said we used to do this, we used to do that, and then he's like, now it's over, and then it cuts to him in the standard
I've misthought
in a
that
house.
bit. There you go. I,
I
thought
thought-
it was narration.
There is narration.
There is narration throughout, but
No,
that
at
particular
that
scene-
particular point.
It's when we've come to the full, well, almost the full story arc.
Yeah.
and then that's
Great
what
film.
happens.
You're not going to get any arguments here. I
How long
love
is that film?
Goodfellas.
2 hours 25.
Okay, it's quite long. Yeah.
That's really good.
that's
That's
alright.
that's like a
I'd do that for Goodfellas. I've watched Goodfellas in
I had 2 hours
excess.
24 earlier. You were like, well, I'm not sure about
Yeah,
that.
but I like
different.
it. I've watched Goodfellas in excess of 25 times, I reckon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
De Niro, Pesci, just Ray Liotta, obviously. But yeah, very good.
I
cast,
was
very
going to
good.
say, because I don't know why, I was going to say, does the actor has a range of honey in a kid's film?
yeah, in a B movie.
In the
Who's
B
that?
movie,
Is it
it's
Ray
Ray
Liotta?
Liotta's
Yeah.
honey. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. He has his own brand, brand of honey.
I have some really weird thoughts.
Ray Liotta, like,
He
Yeah,
takes him
the
to
name.
court.
He takes- yeah,
the
he's
bee
actually-
takes him to court.
takes Ray Liotta to court.
Yeah.
He's a voice actor for himself.
Sorry to come away from Goodfellas and B
watched,
movie.
I've watched that
recently.
film once.
I've watched it recently. But yeah.
Yeah, so have I think. Yeah. It must have been in
It's
the
on Netflix.
background or
Is
Is
something.
that Jerry
yeah.
Seinfeld?
Yes.
Right, okay. Forgotten
Yeah.
about that film.
Renee
Okay.
Zellweger.
Not quite as good as Goodfellas, though.
No,
No.
nowhere near. But yeah,
Absolutely
Okay.
nowhere near it. Right, okay. So
that's my number one. There you go.
That's number one. So I'm going to go watch that bit again then, because I didn't think they did break the fourth wall. I thought you had a little nod to the camera at one point, but that was about it.
No,
There
he
we go.
physically looks and he goes.
I believe you. I believe you. You've done your research, surely. But I will check it.
you. Feel free.
We'll get some emails.
So Matthew got my bonus. I got Matthew's.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic.
I put high fidelity for math. I didn't realise you'd had it before.
I have, yeah.
What did you put for me?
I put Ferris Bueller.
Oh, so you did get a point as well.
Yeah, even though I didn't
Well,
I've never
point
seen
each.
it.
What did you get for Dom, Jeremy?
Yeah. What did you put? You
Um,
said you thought it was.
Well, there was two. Well, there was three. I put American Psycho to begin
took
with.
it off.
Yeah.
Took it off, yeah.
And then there's the ending of Lord of War, which
that's
I thought you would like
So
as
your
well.
list.
Yeah.
But then I read up, and I thought this is a very Dominic film, is that Crank has a lot of it as well.
I don't like that one as much. It's not.
Oh,
it's
but
very,
I thought you were a Statham fan.
I did. Nah, there was some of them.
So I went with that
Mainly
one.
the Guy Ritchie Statham films, to be fair. And The Beekeeper's pretty good, so. But yeah.
The film that I wanted to go with for Matthew, but didn't because I wasn't sure whether he'd done this one, was Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
You have done that, yeah.
But I didn't know which one. I was like, he's done Mallrats, I think. But yeah.
Have I?
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
you have.
Playing the game over
probably
here.
have.
As if we're counting scores. I'm winning.
You're counting then.
Yeah, I am.
And what did you put for me?
I wasn't sure. I went with Fight Club.
Yeah, that's a good call for him.
I wasn't sure. There's a. I mean, he's constantly talking to the, but not necessarily looking at the camera. So I wasn't entirely sure. Is there?
I think there is a scene. There is a
couple of
scene where
moments
he's
talking.
He's talking to the camera. Where he
Yeah.
points him out something in the top corner. It's like a circle.
Oh, that's right. Thank
where he
you.
refers to.
That's right. Do you know what that film taught me about the burn marks?
Yeah.
Yeah. In a
Yeah, true.
thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't come up now. Well, they do. They put them in, don't they?
And don't they both at one point look at the camera and talk about something? They definitely do.
There's definitely a fourth wall
there's
break. I
definitely
just
fourth
couldn't
wall
quite
break,
remember
yeah.
how grand a fourth wall break it
Okay,
was.
so any other honourable mentions?
Well, you mentioned American Psycho. I said that. These are all mine. American Psycho, Lord of War. It's like Cat in the Hat, and then he put in.
Yeah, that was on my Myers
really
list.
like
Myers,
that. Yeah.
Austin
fourth wall all the
Powers.
time,
Yeah,
all
but
the
that's
time.
like Mel Brooks as well, because I put the producers, Spaceballs, all of those.
There was like Hot Tub Time Machine had that, but that was nowhere near the top 5, so I didn't bother.
When do they break it in that?
Oh, they must do. It's the kind of film where they would.
It's just
There
I
must
think
be a
it's like
silly look at the
dun,
cameras.
dun,
And
dun
can you
kind of
believe
thing,
it?
and then he says, yeah, that's it. But
So the ones.
Emperor's New Groove as well.
Oh,
I,
yes, that's a
I
good one.
almost put that down for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought of that one
yeah.
for you. So the first, literally the first fourth wall break I thought of, I've already picked, so I couldn't do it, is in Jumanji. Now, do you remember?
I've
do you
read
know
up on
Robin
this,
Williams
but I
does it a
can't-
couple of times, because you could argue Aladdin as well.
It's not Robin Williams.
I know,
kid, isn't it?
but it's
the kid.
It's a
He goes.
film of Robin
He
Williams.
goes to pick up he's trying to get into something to get an axe, and he uses an axe to try and beat down the door to go get an axe, and then he realizes, and then looks at the camera. It's like completely out of place, almost.
I don't, because I could, I saw that and I was like, I don't remember it.
I also remembered the bit in Trading Places
Yeah, I got that down on my list.
where yes, the two, I can't remember the names. The two big bosses are basically being very condescending. Yeah, that was. Oh, and I did consider, but obviously didn't really want to put it in a top 5. Ocean's 12.
Because Julia Roberts
refers to Julia
Roberts.
Roberts. She talks about playing her own character, like playing herself, even though she is herself. It's not quite a fourth wall break, and also it's Ocean's 12. So
Yeah,
I did not.
Dominic would pick that
Well,
one.
maybe.
I did it for anyway.
Yeah, lots of comedies do. Men in Tights, Team America, they knock over the camera at one point. That's
Right.
a break. I did wonder about Wes Anderson's, because they kind of
They just
allude to staging.
Don't they just look straight down the barrel of the gun though? It's
No,
not
but
necessarily
also
breaking the fourth wall.
They quite often, you'll see them pan. You'll understand this, especially if you've watched Henry Sugar. They pan and you can see the people, like they pretend that they've mistakenly put the scenery in the wrong place at the same time or things. Could you argue that? But I didn't go for it anyway. Other than that, Big Short as well. Zombieland.
Can't remember it.
He's,
He talks at
he's
the camera.
directing. He's constantly talking to the audience
It's basically
about his rules and all
narrations.
That
It's
sort
all
of
the narrations, isn't it?
Fine.
A
stuff.
reasonable.
But that's
fourth
maybe
wall
why
breaks.
it didn't make my list. Okay, so if we've done all of that, nice and easy.
Recap.
Matt first.
Right. So my top 5 films this week for films that break the fourth wall. Number 5 was There's Something About Mary. Number 4, Devil's Advocate. Number 3, Enola Holmes. Number 2, Deadpool. And number 1 was Wayne's World.
Okay, my number 5 was The Mask. My number 4 was Blazing Saddles. Number 3, Gremlins 2, The New Batch. Number 2, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And number 1, High Fidelity.
And my top 5 were last. Number 5 was Wolf of Wall Street. Number 4 was Deadpool. Number 3 was Layer Cake. Number 2 was Bullet Train. And number 1 was Goodfellas.
Definitely Dominic films.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice bit of crime action.
I love it. Well,
Absolutely.
other than get on the social medias is Matthew's plug, right?
Yeah, come tell us what you think.
Yeah, and see all of the reels / I've got to read it, posts that he's going to do in the next fortnight. And then we'll give him something else to do. If you're Dan from Delaware, or Danny from Delaware, would probably work better if we were doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yuri in Ukraine or Bobby from Bangladesh, get in touch.
Come on, Bobby.
Yeah, but other than that, make sure that you listen next week when we get back to the quiz, Matthew.
Quiz.
And Dominic's got some homework as always now. We've given him that task.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he'd remembered then, but there we go. But other than that, please get in touch if you've got anything to tell us or you just want to give us a pat on the back. But yeah, that's a bye from me.
Bye from me.
Goodbye.